Welcome back to the Shed, Shedheads! Last Friday, LS System became part of an elite crew when they landed the coveted UK #1 in the official charts. Bravo, guys. Big up. Only a few dance tracks have ever done this, so to become part of that crew is truly magnificent and always a massive celebration, and I'm always so happy when I see a dance track at #1 and always so pleased for the acts in question. In my group call last week for my course, The Artist Blueprint, the question was posed, where have LS System come from? They've seemingly come from nowhere. That was just before they got the UK #1. So in today's video, I'm going to look through their music, break down what they've been doing over the last few years, and what we've found from doing that is truly, truly wonderful. So stick around for what we've uncovered. Hey, I'm Graham, and on this channel, I'm on a major mission to help DJs and producers understand music marketing, getting your music signed, social media, creating content, and everything that pushes you forward as an artist to get to these lofty heights and succeed in your goals. One way you can help me with this mission is subscribe to the channel. Click the little red button. I see loads of you watching these videos, and thank you so much for everyone that's been watching the videos. I really, really appreciate it. And not as many of you have been subscribing, so please, if you want to enjoy them, please subscribe. It means you get a little notification when the new video drops. For the last 20 years, I've been working in dance music and working with DJs and producers through my one-to-one courses and now my course, The Artist Blueprint, and also through data transmission. And one thing I tell DJs and producers all of the time is that it's your journey and not to compare yourself to any other DJ and producer around. Look at what they're doing. Never compare yourself. It's always you versus you. And that is the glorious thing about your journey. It is your journey. So always remember that. You all play different music in different genres, and that makes so much differences through each person's journey. Also, each DJ and producer has got completely different goals. So while we're talking about UK #1s today, that might not be your goal, and it also might not even be possible in the genre you produce. But stick around, because what we uncovered from looking at this process will definitely help you and help your mindset. Each week, our course members get 2 hours with me every Wednesday from 7 PM to 9 PM UK time. And in that 2 hours, we spend a load of time chatting through what they're doing right now and that week and that month. And it's such a great, fun period of time. There's lots of networking with other DJs, and the group's growing lively now. It's always different, which is always great. And we look at content and ads and social and getting music signed, and also do A&R in there. It's really, really fun. And course members have access to it forever, which is always great because we go on a journey with them. So last Wednesday, as I mentioned, when the course member asked, where have LF System come from? They've seemingly come from nowhere, and they're about to get this UK #1. This was firstly worrying that they're also looking at them and comparing themselves to them. And without saying it, you could sense there was a feeling of deflation that someone had just made a record, they'd gone like that, and broke through massively so quickly. So we decided right there on the call to go through their music and keep it really, really simple. As you know, I love SoundCloud, and I listen to so much of my music on SoundCloud. It's still my preferred platform for listening, even though I talk a lot about Spotify, and if you've seen those videos. So we dived into LF System's music and literally scrolled back through, went back right to the first upload on SoundCloud, and literally walked through their music and walked through what they've been doing, and tried to kind of paint a picture just using their music, without speaking to them or any further knowledge, just from looking at what the music they've been putting out, in what order, and kind of look at plays and engagement, and just seeing what they've been doing and trying to work out their path through the last few years to how they've gone from where they started to a UK #1. And it was really good fun. That then prompted me today that I thought I'd make this video. So let's get in the computer and have a look. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, this is them on SoundCloud. I've got their Beatport open, I've got their Spotify open, and I've also got their Instagram, just in case. And what I'm going to do is, firstly, let's look, it looks sick. As we can see, here's Afraid to Feel. So, for those that don't know the track we're talking about, this is it. That's the big track. It's UK #1, but let's go backwards. And let's scroll right down, right back to their first ever upload. And that came 5 years ago. So first, they haven't come from nowhere. They've been doing this for the last 5 years, and this is the music they've been putting out. They've been probably doing it longer than that, but uploading music, they've been doing that for 5 years. What I will say, and I will compare quickly now before we get cracking, is this first upload on SoundCloud was 5 years ago, but if we look back at their releases on Beatport, their Beatport releases only actually occurred since 2020, and the same as follow suit across Spotify. So they were, previously before that, just uploading music to SoundCloud, which is so interesting. I love that. As I mentioned, I'm a big fan of SoundCloud, and I love that people just upload music to SoundCloud, put it out there, and see what happens. We should do more of this. Let's bring that back. So let's listen to their first track. as you can see, the sound is so much different, and the sound has evolved over those 5 years. And that's what they've kept on doing. They've kept working at what they're doing. You can see that. As we scroll back through, you can see that they've kept uploading, they've kept making tracks, they've kept working at it, and they've kept evolving the sound to the point where they've got to where they are now. So yeah, 5 years ago, they uploaded one track. 4 years ago, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They got a bit more productive 4 years ago. And they had a bit of luck. If we're scrolling right back, they've kind of really evolved that sound. This is obviously a mix. They've evolved the sound. Let's play this one. Nice and groovy. Not the energetic disco track they've released today, and not the ones that have been released before that. You'll see when we get to those. They even look a techno track. Let's listen to this techno track. Really over me, really Josh Winky, acidy. Really different compared to what they're doing now. So they're trying stuff out. They're trying out new sounds. And you can see that development literally just by scrolling through the SoundCloud, which is absolutely lovely to watch. So we're scrolling on. And then about 4 years ago, look, they released this track, Bougie Bougie. And actually what happened is, if you scroll a little bit further up, you'll see they've actually re-released this track. Did it come out and look, here they go, 2020. They got released on Rooks Records, 2020. But this, they uploaded 4 years ago, and it actually got a load of plays 4 years ago, 66,000. What I have noticed from scrolling back just today is when we were scrolling back a week ago, some of these older tracks have actually grown in plays since the number one. And they've definitely had this roll off from the number one where people have been going back and listening through their catalogs like we're doing today. So they have Bougie Bougie, and it's definitely got a load of plays, it's got a lot of traction, and that's definitely, if you listen to it, with that track, they've definitely evolved the sound. It's definitely more getting in the vein of the track they've released, Afraid to Feel, and you can hear the sound evolving through these records. Then they had Disco, and look, these ones dropped down. So they had that really good one, and I bet that was a mad moment of like, they've had loads of plays on it. We don't know, but all of a sudden they've dropped back down again. Then they did a nice edit, and I'm always a fan of edits. All the time, if you've got an edit, drop them in our Discord. I want to hear them. I love edits. I love bootlegs. When you're new DJs and new producers, best route going through, the best learning way of learning producing, make edits, make bootlegs. Always drop them in my Discord. I really want to hear them. Or drop them into our Twitch streams, because I really always want to hear them part of them. They made a Thinking of You, Sister Sledge edit. Again, that's now following that suite. The sound is evolving more. The production levels are evolving more, and that's got more plays. And we're really scrolling on now. Look, we can start seeing evolve. You can start seeing more traction. You can start seeing more motion with their music. But they're still having some that are just not following. So they're kind of like this. Like, it's not been a straight line. And it's definitely not been a straight curve up to the number one. They've gone forward and they've gone backwards and they've gone forward and they've gone backwards and they've gone forward. And this happens. And it's also that wonderful picture where if you think of that picture with that iceberg, where it's like everyone thinks the iceberg is this and everything happens at the iceberg, but underneath, it's all happening underneath. This is their journey and this is them. So hopefully you're seeing these producers, they've not come from nowhere. They have been grafting, and they've been grafting for a long time. And this is where you should always stick to it. Believe in yourself, believe in what you're doing, and drive yourself forward. We're now 3 years ago. They're getting more traction, growing nicely. These ones again, 2 years ago. And this is where we start getting releases, 2020. So 3 years ago, they had Something You're Not, and that's 162,000. That's a big upload. Whether they've done these as free downloads, whether they've not and removed them, who knows? I definitely would like to speak to LF System. If you've got time and want to talk to me, I'd love to have them on Twitch. If anyone's from their team's watching. And then they've started releasing. They've started releasing full releases, Dealt With Records, and that's had some good plays. The sound is definitely getting to that skippy, disco-y, housey loveliness which You're Afraid to Feel is. Obviously then Bougie Bougie's been re-released, and someone's actually signed Bougie Bougie. Who actually signed that? Let's have a look. Like I said, Rocks Records have signed it, and they've had a re-release, and they've had a DJ Mag premiere. So important, these premieres. Still in dance music days, premieres always kill it, and they always help you get your reach out there. Then they've started releasing more, and they've started releasing solid releases. If we look at their actual release schedule, there's been some uploads. They've started this PMW series, PMO1. They've had some free downloads. They've had some music. These ones have had some mad streams. Again, these are SoundCloud uploads. There might be YouTube uploads as well. I haven't checked that. Feel free to go and have a look and let me know in the comments if there are uploads. They've started this People Want Music series. I love that name. I love that artwork. It's so sick, so simple. They've done free downloads to help push them. They've had Theo Keatis, fellow Scottish DJ and producers. Scroll up. They've had Ewan McVicar, who obviously really popped as a free download. And they've been working with other producers, collaborating with other producers, building up themselves as a brand and DJs, and also their name out there of what they're doing. We're scrolling now. We're really getting close to now, like a year ago. So they're still releasing these people on music. At the same time, we can look on, they got signed to Warner Records and they started really, they remixed Jody Harsh, that big record. Then they released Dancing Cliche, which if we look on this, they've had other releases, they've had other uploads, they've kept their traction moving, they've kept themselves moving, they've kept themselves building their fan base and their following. And here's Dancing Cliche 8 months ago. And this is another big track. It had a big Cats and Dogs remix. And finally, we get up to Afraid to Feel. And this is just on SoundCloud. Obviously, it's more on Spotify. Spotify, it's now 25 million streams. It's a UK #1. But it hasn't just come from one release. It's from seemingly here at least 5 years, plus maybe more, of graft and crafting and producing and learning their skills and making records and releasing, putting tracks out there, letting people find them, growing their audience, growing their fan base. And that is what it's all about. And I absolutely love it. And that's why I found this so exciting. I hope you can see from this breakdown, it's all about belief. And it's all about continuously producing and making music. And it's all about going on that journey. And that's what we do with my course, The Artist Blueprint. We go on the journey with you. We help you along the way. And that all starts from a discovery call. You and I jump on a call and we talk through what you're doing right now, what you've been doing in the past, where you are at right now. We then talk about where you want to get to. And this is always a fun part. And talk about your goals and where you want to get to. And then if my course fits the bit in the middle, we then talk about the course. If it's not right for you, I'll tell you some steps that you can do. I'll show you some videos you can do to really start pushing yourself on. But if it is right for you and you want to hear more, then we'll take you through the course and we can see what you think. If you want to do that and jump on a call with me, and that sounds great for you, the link is below. Click on the link, jump on the call. I open only a few slots each week. So let's have a chat and see if you're right. I hope you got some value from this video today. I hope you enjoyed this little different type of video today. And if you did, let me know what you took from it. Let me know if you enjoyed it in the comments below. Give it a like. It really, really helps the algorithm and YouTube algorithm, and it really pushes it to show to more DJs. And I hope more DJs can also take that kind of inspiration from their journey, but also a little bit of a sigh of relief that they haven't popped from nowhere and they have been grafting it, and that everyone's on this same journey, whether it's a little bit different, but keep doing it and keep grinding. And I will see you in the next YouTube video or on Twitch on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.